So the acquisition by EQT has given us a tremendous boost. We were a company that we were almost at $100 million. Now we're crossing 100 million this year. Our goal is to go to about 500 million in the next 5 years. And their goal is to support the company to grow. So we're looking at mergers and acquisitions that we can do. We're increasing our investment into product. We're increasing our go-to-market footprint. So we're going all out. I have a very strong view of open source. To me, open source is about enabling software independence for a country. Today we have energy independence, food security, and so on, but software security is equally important. So open source is a critical component of giving everybody full control of their software. So WSO2 is quite unusual in that regard. We are very, very committed to this. We are not about to play some license games or any of those things. So open source technology is the way to go forward. We of course have SaaS offerings, but our principle is if it's something you download and run, it's going to be open source. So foundational technologies means the underlying infrastructure that you need in order to have a digital heartbeat inside the company. So if you look at any company, being digital means having APIs, becoming composable, having right digital security, being able to take all the existing systems, put it all together. That's the underlying foundation behind being digital. That's what we do. Government customers are very important for us. We operate in 4 different technology domains: API management, integration, identity access management, and internal developer platforms. Identity plays a huge role with government customers because digital identity obviously is critical. So if you're in Dubai or if you're in Saudi Arabia, if you're in many other countries, you may not even know it, but you're using our software. Same thing with integration, API management, and more the internal developer platform as well. As an open source company, we have always supported being able to run things by yourself. We have a model now of also having a SaaS offering, and both work interoperably. So that means we can support a hybrid environment. We support a multi-cloud hybrid architecture. So we don't tie you down to any particular cloud vendor. We don't tie you down to any particular infrastructure. We just enable you to run wherever you want on whatever infrastructure, and we'll connect it all together. We have a recent release of a product called the API platform for Kubernetes. Our major improvement going forward is really that we are going to be a multi-gateway federated architecture. So we have a common control plane called the API control plane, which can control gateways running in Kubernetes on any VM, or even an immutable gateway that might run in, say, a home appliance of some kind. All of that put together, and then having a common platform and being able to have observability, developer portals, etc. available along with that. Zero trust is a very, very important approach these days because one has to assume every part has been hacked. Zero trust is about enabling end-to-end security. So identity server plays a critical role in multiple levels. One is, first is identifying and authenticating the end user in a reliable way. Second is also in terms of how you access APIs. So our identity server supports API security, API authentication and authorization. So that means when you access an API, we have a way to tie back into the identity to know who the user is that's actually calling this particular API as well. So when you put it all together with that, along with the underlying network infrastructure for zero trust, you get a very, very secure deployment environment. So microservices obviously is a very important technology these days. Today, most of the time when you deploy microservices in a distributed environment, you're probably using Kubernetes. So the first infrastructure that one would use is Kubernetes. So we have in our platform, we have something called the internal developer platform, which has a runtime architecture, which supports something called cell-based architecture, which allows you to manage and govern a large number of microservices in a data plane, which is a Kubernetes cluster.